I'm Dr. Russ from optimismtoday.tv, and I'm here to talk to you about some of the comforts of pessimism. There are several, but the first comfort of pessimism that I'm going to talk about is denial. And you might ask, well, how is pessimism comforting? Is it that kind of a negative attitude, and isn't a negative attitude sort of a distasteful thing to be in? Well, yes, it is, but how come so many people stay in their state of pessimism? Sometimes I even hear about people on Twitter who like their pessimism. They want to live with their pessimism. Well, pessimism can be quite comforting, and the first comfort of pessimism that I'd like to talk about is denial. Now, I'm like most of us, we all get into a little state of denial. The first thing is we want to deny we made a mistake. We want to deny we messed up. We want to deny we spilled the milk, we caused this bad thing. And sure, that protects us from getting some feedback or negative feedback for a little while. But does it really help us out? Now, I was into some big-time denial over the last several years regarding a heart condition that I had had. And when it was first diagnosed a number of years ago, it was actually called mitral valve prolapse. The cardiologist said he thought it was more in the moderate range, and I told my family doc, "No, I think it's in the mild range." And we continued to get annual testing, and it seemed to be okay, and I was doing lots of things. But actually, as I later learned, it really wasn't okay. And then I got into a more serious problem with some congestive heart failure because the mitral valve was getting worse, and my heart wasn't pumping well. And even still, I thought, I don't want to have surgery. I'm afraid of surgery. So I continued to deny that I would need surgery. And I avoided going to the doctor and finding out what kind of surgery that would be until it was really unavoidable. And finally I did. And I went to one of the best places in the country. And I found out that, yes, something could be done about this. And in fact, they repaired my heart about 9 months ago. And I'm feeling as good as I've ever felt. So I asked myself, why did I spend all that time in denial? I guess because I was afraid. And I stayed in that I can't do anything about this mode, in a pessimistic mode, and it wasn't helpful. And finally, when I realized that I could do something about it, and that if I got the right care and the right treatment and the right doctors, I took an optimistic perspective. And I look back and say, why did I spend all that time in denial? Because I was afraid. So that's my message for today. Let's take a look at how pessimism protects us, because that's the first step, is to understand the protective power and comforting power of pessimism. And I was stuck there with regard to my heart. That's my talk for today. Thank you.